Hello and welcome to another episode of Hailing Frequencies Open, where each week Will and I sit down and talk about things that you talked about on episodes of Star Trek that we talked about. Everybody's comments are very interesting usually, except for that guy from my office. I don't like that guy. That guy, he can
I
stop.
don't want to see a single comment from.
I better not see any on this list, I'll tell you that.
They're hailing us. Hailing frequencies open.
Captain, we're receiving 285,000 hails.
I wish I knew what to tell them.
Enough dilly-dallying, Will. Let's get into these comments.
Okay.
So these come from our Hailing Frequencies Open video where we talked about Manhunt. That was a good one. That was a really good one. If I could go back and watch that,
Ooh.
I would. First comment here is from Captain Alimar.
Yep.
He says Mr. Ham getting the reward is all right, but I thought Rumors was a pretty great album. He was campaigning for the Fleetwood Mac
He
to
was.
get the award, but
Yep. He
but
said
he didn't.
he said he didn't. You didn't pick him.
No, he is sad. But you know what? Ham is a great character, and he'll always get the award if he shows up. Captain Aymar has another comment. He says, I think I'd set my Star Trek before the Khitomer Accord stuff. I always liked the military aspect of Star Trek, and the Klingons make for a fun enemy. Yeah.
Yep.
He says, fun fact, the yield of a photon torpedo is estimated at 64 megatons of TNT. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
He says the SAR bomba, the largest hydrogen bomb ever detonated, had a yield of 50 megatons. He says, imagine that the next time they shoot 4 or 5 of those guys in a spread. The estimate could also be underestimating the explosive yield. It may be several times more powerful.
But it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty intense when you think about it.
Torpedo full spread. Yeah. But they've evolved past that stuff.
Well, the shields are so strong. Hey, I'm cool. I'm cool with the photons torpedoes being like just catastrophically gigantic nuclear bombs hitting the shields or
Yeah.
the ship.
No.
Like that's cool. The only thing I could say is we all know that if something like that was to hit a space vessel without shields, it would just be like, oh, there's nothing. It would just like literally roll through the ship and
Yeah.
explode.
It's a good thing that they don't, ever miss and have them just launch out into space where, things just continue on until they actually hit something. That would be really bad.
That would be a fun Star Trek bit where there's like a bunch of farmers are just like tilling the ground and they're just like, and it's just like.
No, those definitely wouldn't just like miss and just go to the nearest planet and explode and create. That's why Fallout is canon in Star Trek. There you go.
Just a little freighter person just flying through the thing, trying to bring some lemons to a new planet, and then just this photon torpedo just ripping through.
Yeah. But also think about that like those torpedoes are stored in engineering, like in the torpedo bay, just on the shelf.
Like also the warp core and a whole bunch of those things. Like if those things ignited, it would just be like, oh, we've created a black hole in the middle of space.
It's like that explosion where it goes like out, boom.
Yeah.
It
all like sucks in. Yeah, exactly.
It's good. Good stuff. All right, next comment here is from my office. He says, popcorn award to Mr. Hom. I laughed at that because it's so stupid. Wow. Wow. That really hurts.
I don't know if he laughed at it because, man, that's so stupid. Or if it's like, what a stupid decision.
Stupid idiot. Did you watch the episode? I mean, what else would you do? Mr. Hom is the best. He drank that entire drink in one take. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good
well,
acting.
we have to remember that From My Office did slightly enjoy Manhunt, so. Oh,
That is so stupid. He says, my Star Trek project would probably be something in the Lost era. Hmm. Like the Enterprise crashes on an island and there's a hatch and a guy in a wheelchair is able
mhm.
to walk.
Yep, yep,
Cool. I'm with you. I'm with
yep.
you. Like it. I like it.
He's totally not talking about from Star Trek 6 to Next Generation. Not talking about that at all, but
No, he's talking about,
Dharma and yeah. Damien Lindoff, isn't that like the
yeah,
something like that? But yeah, okay.
yeah, it's pretty good. I was hoping Section 31 was going to show us something interesting from that time period, and it all was abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
watch it.
I don't even know what he's talking about. I would like to see more early 24th century exploration, the drama around coming to terms with the Khitomer Accords and how both sides are adjusting to that change.
Yep, that'd be fun.
I know it's risky with prequel series, but there is so much that could be filled in from that time period. Makes me wish they had moved forward with a show for Captain Sulu.
Yeah, me too. I wish they had a George Takei series too. I do. But here's the
Oh, that's
interesting thing.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. He
Yeah,
has his own ship.
he's on the Excelsior, yeah.
Self
The
Excelsior.
but here's the weird thing that's literally coming out that's true. I don't even know it was a thing when he wrote this.
Hmm.
Or it wasn't I should say it was a thing, but it wasn't announced maybe. Is
Captain
that
Sulu as a felt puppet.
close?
Hmm.
They're coming out with a podcast series that's basically like an audio book,
Oh,
and it's called Star Trek Con.
no.
Yep, and it's supposed to be what happens to Khan on um City Alpha 5, like
Oh my God.
what happens while they're on there.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that George Takei and another Star Trek actor are reprising their roles.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to play Captain Sulu, and the other actor is going to play an ensign on his ship. And yeah, it's really I don't know. I don't care about the con stuff, but to hear George Takei play
Yeah.
one more time, I'm like,
Well,
yep,
that's cool.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool.
And it's an audio
Yeah, dude.
series,
An
so
audio series would be sweet.
so
That sounds awesome. I mean,
we'll
they could do
see.
that with a lot of stuff.
Exactly, we'll see. We might.
Now is
Hey, if we get season 5 Star Trek Enterprise as an audio series, I
oh
couldn't care
man,
less. I
I
could.
would love it. Yeah.
I'm totally fine.
Now is Benedict Cumberbatch reprising his role as Khan for this?
No, they casted a Middle Eastern man, so no, they didn't pick a pasty white British man. They picked somebody who was, probably born in that area. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You know Saeed from Lost?
No, I do. He's really great. He's
Yeah,
playing Khan. Wow.
he's gone. He's
So
gone.
brings it all back to Lost.
All back
Okay.
together.
It
Yeah,
all goes back to the Dharma Initiative. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Naveen Andrews is playing Khan. Yep.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
And then guess who's also in the show? Marla McGivers,
Mm.
the lady, his wife, Khan's wife.
Yeah, she's in it for at least one, right?
Says she's in for 9 episodes. So
She's just painting.
why won't you let me paint with the sand?
There's no paint here, Con. I hate it here. I should never have came with you. This is from our review of The Emissary. First comment here is from the Vaystrom review. TNG. Worf loses his virginity? A secret mission from Klingon? Hepburn!
uh,
That's
good.
really good. That's really good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. The fact that nobody's made like an anime Star Trek, like how good would an anime Star Trek? I'm gonna look. I bet somebody's made like an
Oh, I
intro. Yeah, flying through the sky. Yeah, okay. He says the character of Kalar feels uncomfortable to me because of the implicit and explicit self-hating minority trope. Wow. Yeah, but
Yep.
that's how a Klingon inhuman would be. Prideful and self-hating. She's extremely fun and personable in a Catherine Hepburn kind of vibe. But I hate being part black because black people are too emotional and violent is really, really uncomfortable when viewed through that lens. Wow,
Yeah, when
that's
you look at it like that, I
whew.
do agree. I hope they're not trying to make mixed race commentary because that would be
I
terrible.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what they're doing? Especially because it wasn't really written in any meaningful way aside from just humans are superior. Categorical opinions. I don't like it. I'll say that. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I don't know, but I don't like anything you just said about that. The picking up on that is like yeah, I didn't
yeah.
really get that
No,
feeling, and I really don't want that to be what that was about.
no, I really don't either.
And yes, her character is very inconsistent and very having it both ways. Maybe it's the result of being written by two people, but they didn't do her service by having her behave so weirdly. Hey, now that's a cool concept. If you
Yeah.
write a character that's half and half of something, of a race, you have one writer write for the one side and you have
Oh
another writer
wow.
write for that side,
Wow.
right? That'd be cool.
Wow. I don't think they did. They did that in the show.
No, of course not.
But, but if they did, I might respect the inconsistency of her character.
That would be cool. That's like when they did the O.J. Simpson thing with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
They had him act the scene both ways of like knowing he's guilty and
They
also
would have him
not guilty.
film the scene gu- guilty and not guilty, and then they picked
They
and
would
choose.
splice.
Yeah, they pick and choose which takes they wanted in the
Yeah.
show.
Kalar would have been so much better if her self-hating storyline had been about how her Klingon ancestries were the non-rigid Klingons, and then she inherited some recessive gene that made her rigid forehead. Yeah. What if her great grandfather was the lawyer?
Oh,
Ooh.
it would have been neat. I do agree with him. It would have been neat if like she was an outcast Klingon because she still had the Star Trek Enterprise disease, and so she was like outcasted from the culture, so she hated them. It's like that's why she didn't like Klingons.
I feel like her culture would hate her being half human anyway.
Oh yeah,
So
disgusting and weak.
disgusting. All right, next comment here is from my office. He says, talk or play, not both. Yes. I like that. I like that line. I forgot about that line. That was good.
Yeah, it was going.
Another great Worf quote from a fun poker scene. I do think that Data should have known the word fold, though. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes, fold. To break something in half. To. Yeah. Down to Kate and the Iceman. I like to play between them after they had a nice moment a couple of episodes back. I do agree with Will that Worf mentions Klingons never bluff, but that's essentially what he does at the end of this episode. Yeah, I totally didn't even pick up on that. I remember you saying that, and I was like, whoa, he's
Yeah.
a
Also,
liar.
also, I think in this episode too, he's like Klingons never surrender, and then at the end of the episode they surrender, and it was like, oh okay.
Yeah, isn't that funny when you can have an episode and then reference that episode later? That's weird.
I don't know what that is.
No, what is that? That's stupid. I liked how they reacted with each other, like after them drinking tea a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's great. The
Yeah,
whole opening with the poker thing is
it's
fantastic.
great. I like that
The
he's called the Iceman. It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
exactly. And the thing I like too is like what makes it funny and makes it work is like Worf can say all this nonsense, but at the end of the day, he's just full of it, and it's like that's what makes it hilarious. He's like,
Hmm.
Klingons never eat ice cream, and then at the end of the episode, he's eating it, and they're like, "How do you like it, Worf?" And he's like, "Delicious." It's
I
like
was doing research.
exactly right. It's just that's what makes it funny.
Klingon's curiosity is more superior than his rules. Yeah. Yeah. Special emissary to be transferred to the ship, arriving via a Class 8 probe at Warp 9. Nothing like traveling in a space coffin. That makes me feel claustrophobic just thinking about it. Yeah.
Still don't
Spock.
understand how it was launched at Warp 9, but whatever.
I told you because they were going Warp 9.
Oh, the answer, yes. I'm sorry.
Yes, obviously. It wouldn't slow down, will it? Space.
The last
The
frontier.
last frontier. Yeah. Kalar is half Klingon and half human with a sense of humor, and boy is Worf not too pleased to see her. There's a Klingon ship out there from 75 years ago returning home, and the crew would be waking up and not aware that war is over with the Federation. There are colonies in danger. Kalar is convinced diplomacy won't work and they'll have to be destroyed. Oh, interesting. Interesting thought he had here. He says, I also wondered why they were on a cryo ship, but I figured the writers thought that would be a cool idea. There you go.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
oh.
Ching. I like the scene with Picard and Worf where he wants out of the assignments. I think Picard handled it nicely, and Worf saw pretty quick that personal reasons won't work to get him out of this.
Yeah.
Picard likes it when you have issues with other people on the ship.
Oh, he loves it.
That's why he hates everybody. It makes him do a better job of being a captain. There was some bonding with Troy over being a half race herself. Kalar feels like her Klingon side is a monster waiting to come out. Big temper. Troy feels like her Betazoid side is something trapped by plot and makes her inconsistent.
Oh man, that plot just gets right in the way of
Oh man,
my
I
ancestry.
feel plot. Okay, that's good. That's really good. 6 years ago, something happened between Worf and Kalar, and she's clearly here for the unfinished business, as you mentioned. I agree that it's unusual behavior for an ambassador to not look at other peaceful options, but as we'll see soon, peaceful is not also Kalar's default setting.
Because she's half Klingon.
Yeah, that's true. Opposite of life, the Klingons put the Klingons in a state of biological non-function. I'm sure those will pass though through. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get past those YouTube censors, man.
Yep.
Those bots are no joke. She breaks a table in her quarters. Troy suggests she heads to the holodeck to break some things there instead. It was coincidental timing for Troy, but I assumed that Troy felt her emotional state and sought her out.
I was so surprised he didn't write, but I assumed that Troy felt plot and
Plot,
sought her
yeah.
out. I totally thought he was going to say that.
That's funny. Cool catches on the holodeck programming. What's funny is that she asked for the exercise menu, so some of those seem a little out of place. Plus, how embarrassing if you forgot to delete your history and someone comes to use the holodeck and sees a list of questionable simulations. Yikes. Yeah. The whole holodeck thing to me is like so. There's a lot of weird stuff that could
I'll be
happen,
like,
but.
oh man, let's just check out Caleb's holodeck programs here. And it's just like,
Oh,
Clown
actually,
Murderer 4. It's just like, oh no.
computer, show me all available workouts. And it's like, Caleb's Love Dungeon.
Oh no.
Like,
Hmm.
hmm,
Well, I
I
guess I'll
don't know
have to
about
check that out.
that. I'll probably just do like Picard Pilates this week. Yeah, it's weird. Every time I think about this all the time, I know like it's the future. Everybody's cool, but like I don't like when you're in the holodeck and people can just they just walk right into what you're doing.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know you said like you can lock it, but like it's just funny. Plus, like the computer on the outside of the wall like says like what program you're in.
Oh yeah, totally.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Nobody cares. That's the
Mm-mm.
that's the thing. That's the thing about future humanity. Nobody cares.
No. Oh, leisure time.
But you know what the other thing is too is humanity is has reached perfection, so they're
Hmm.
not doing heinous things in the holodeck.
No, they're doing them on the ship.
Exactly.
They're not deprived to use the machine for sexual gratification. They go to 10 forward.
Exactly. You figured it
I got
out.
it. No, I got it. Worf is back on the bridge and not happy. Worf had another great line with, I am relaxed. Worf needs a timeout. Off to the holodeck. Conveniently, it's the same holodeck that Kalar is using. Skeletor is back. He sliced the skeleton in half. Pretty cool. Time for a little Klingon foreplay. Insert fireworks. Where he lacked commitment and courage before, Worf now wants to marry her, but she won't have any part of that. Sorry, Worf. You were just a Klingon booty call. She didn't even read me poetry. Time for Data to start chaperoning Worf and Kalar. Data is unable to choose if humans or Klingons are more perplexing. That was funny to me. That is funny.
Yes. Brett Spiner's always great, no matter what they throw at
Oh
him.
yeah. It's just funny that like the week before he had to chaperone Picard and
Oh, like that.
Troy. Yeah. Now this week he's chaperoning these two. The Klingons show up and we're reminded again that Klingons do not surrender, just like they never bluff.
Yep.
Picard will not accept that there is no alternative. Worf has another option, and thankfully Picard doesn't shut him down. But now Worf is bluffing, so I bet the Klingons will surrender. I like the plan
uh,
to use Worf as captain of the Enterprise. How did he like command? Comfortable chair. Worf had a bunch of great lines in this episode.
oh yeah, he is
Yeah,
great.
he did. Every single one of them.
There are some real good ones in season 3, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Mm, I am not a merry man. I'm waiting for that
Yeah.
one. Uh, Kalar admits she was tempted to take the oath with Worf. Maybe in the future, if their paths cross again, Worf will not be complete without her. Aw. Cue TNG theme. Damn, da-da-da.
Yeah.
Darn
That's
it, Worf. You're supposed to fight for me to stay. Of course I won't. I have to go. Boo, ba-da-doo.
but you should
Uh,
care about
but you
me.
should care.
Don't you care, Wolf? Don't you
Don't you
care?
care, Worf?
I'm Catherine
Look at
Hepburn.
look at me. Look at me. He says, one Okuda from me. Nicely job, fellas. I enjoyed the
Nicely job.
I enjoyed the review as always. Yes.
Yes, he does.
You're welcome.
Yep.
One Okuda. Yeah. What did I
Okay.
gave it a two, right? Did I not give it a
You gave it
two?
to a good. Yes, you did.
He also says that the popcorn award should go to Michael Dorn.
So, Captain Olimar made the suggestion of skull-faced alien gets the popcorn
As the
award.
popcorn award? Man, he's gonna be so mad at me that I disagree with him for the popcorn award twice in a row.
And then Ed Mark Starr suggested that Michael Dorn get the popcorn award also because he said that he never disappoints as Worf.
No.
So, with these three suggestions, Caleb, who does get the popcorn award?
It's definitely Michael Dorn. It's the only reason I keep coming back to the show.
and Data.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Data's great too. Data, Picard, and Worf, that's Kirk, Spock, and Bones, buddy.
Yep, it is. Basically.
Should have gave it to Pulaski. Well, I'll give it to Pulaski next week. Well, it's the last time we see her.
You won't give it to her.
No, I never do. I give her a few rewards this season. I can't wait to look back and see what they all are. All right. Well, that wraps us up. Remember, we don't do what's popular this week on Reddit because Strange New Worlds is on.
And that's what's popular this
And
week.
that's what's popular, even though it usually is not. So go over and check out our Strange New Worlds recap every week while it's on. And then we'll get back to some better things and seeing what people put on Reddit about Star Trek.
Yeah. And the cool thing is Caleb and I on the Retrek review covered the first 10 episodes of the first season of Strange New Worlds, and then Caleb and I
Yeah.
have a single video where we talked about the entire season 2 of Strange New Worlds. So
We should have done that this season.
so so if you haven't watched anything and you want to start from the beginning, but you'd still like to hear what we think about it, we actually have discussion about it, so you can go back and watch it if you're not up to date.
You can get up to date real quick, about
On
4
Paramount
hours.
Plus for only $7.99.
Liminal ads.
Always limited.
Great. Well, anyway, keep commenting, keep telling us how you feel about things, and we'll keep reading them and tell you how we feel about things. So,
That's right.
all right. Well, we'll see you guys next week when we discuss what you discussed on things that we discuss.
Oh, let me just get this right over here.
Oh yeah, you hit that switch. Not that switch. Not that switch.